Could be the first known U.S. strike on Venezuelan soil. Time for the Streamline. Everything you need to know in 10 minutes or less.
There was a major explosion in the dock area where they load the boats up with drugs. They load the boats up with drugs, so we hit all the boats, and now we hit the area.
Now, this morning, we're learning new details about this attack. When pressed by reporters, President Trump confirmed U.S. forces struck a dock where, as you just heard, he says smugglers load up the drugs. This comes after a radio interview last Friday when the president said the U.S. knocked out a, quote, big facility. This is part of the escalating effort from the Trump administration to target drug smuggling boats in Latin America. New video released Monday shows another attack in the Eastern Pacific that killed 2 people. The U.S. has launched 30 similar strikes since September, killing 107 people. His comment came during President Trump's meeting with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. They talked about phase 2 of the peace plan for Gaza. President Trump vowed to rebuild Gaza, quote, as quickly as we can, but only, he says, if Hamas disarms.
We'll be given a very short period of time to disarm, but if they don't disarm, as they agreed to do, they agreed to it, and then they'll be held to pay for them.
Israel says it will not withdraw more troops from Gaza until Hamas disarmed. President Trump also amped up his threats to Iran, warning that country not to rebuild its nuclear program. The U.S. bombed 3 Iranian nuclear facilities back in June. Iran's president recently said that his country is in a, quote, full-scale war with the U.S., Israel, and Europe. And the peace plan in the Russia-Ukraine war hit a major roadblock. The Kremlin says that Ukraine launched a direct attack to assassinate President Vladimir Putin. They say Ukrainian drones hit one of Putin's official residences. President Trump, who's been trying to broker a peace deal, says he learned about the attack during a phone call with Putin. Now, Ukraine is denying this. They call the claim, quote, typical Russian lies that are calculated to undermine peace talks. And Ukraine says Moscow hasn't provided any proof. Despite all of this, President Trump says the 2 sides are close to ending the war.
Well, back here in the U.S., a storm front is making things pretty tough from the Midwest to the Northeast. More snow is piling onto the Great Lakes region, reaching 3 feet in some areas. See this video here, the Arctic blizzard conditions on the roadways in the Midwest, creating a huge mess there, from gridlock to drivers spinning out. In Detroit, authorities say at least 30 vehicles were involved in a pileup on the highway. Multiple people were hurt. And in Iowa, the State Patrol says at least 1 person was killed in a 14-car pileup that shut down the I-35 highway all the way to the Minnesota border. And in Minnesota, federal agents are investigating what they say is rampant fraud involving taxpayer money that was supposed to be spent on social services. More than a dozen businesses are being accused of misusing $1 billion meant for school lunches, childcare, and housing assistance. This comes after a video showing self-proclaimed independent journalist Nick Shirley visiting multiple daycare centers. He said the centers got public funds despite not appearing to not have any children. One state official is raising some concerns here about the video, but says the matter is being taken very seriously.
I think we have questions around when were these visits. For instance, were they during times that the center was scheduled to be open? Was it during the weekend?
There were already ongoing investigations into wide-ranging fraud in the state. Dozens of people have been convicted for COVID-19 schemes. The Trump administration says it's now pausing some federal funding to Minnesota while it investigates.
The FBI seized dozens of motorcycles worth $40 million from former Olympic snowboarder Ryan Wedding. He's on the FBI's most wanted list, accused of drug trafficking. These images were released Monday, but the FBI says the seizure happened earlier this month in Mexico. They believe Wedding is hiding in Mexico and being protected by a drug cartel. There is a $15 million reward for his capture.
New Year's Eve concerts at the newly renamed Trump Kennedy Center are being canceled. Jazz groups, the Cookers, backed out of 2 gigs, issuing a statement saying they play music that, quote, reaches across divisions rather than deepening them. That appears to be aimed at the center, adding President Trump's name earlier this month. Other acts also canceled their performances, directly citing the name change as their reason. The center's president dismissed the cancellation, saying the artists were booked by the previous far-left leadership.
If you got a gift or a gift card you don't want for the holidays, you're not alone. Last year, a majority of Americans say they got at least one present they didn't really want. But there are some smart ways to deal with this problem. Scripps News Group consumer reporter John Matarese shows how to turn bad gifts into good cash.
Not to sound ungrateful, but did you end up with any gifts you don't really want or need? Well, instead of tossing it in a closet or worse, into the trash, there are some things you can do with it that might even put a little cash in your pocket. This Christmas, did you find yourself saying you shouldn't have and actually meaning it?
Have you been a good boy? Yeah.
Mom Brittany Drossi knows her kids will receive some unneeded gifts or wrong-sized outfits and hates having to return them. Returns are a hassle?
They are a hassle. Yes, they are.
Last year, the financial services company Finder estimated 53% of Americans opened at least one unwanted gift. Of course, you can try to return it, but if that doesn't work, consumer and money-saving expert Andrea Warrock says make some money by selling it on resale sites.
Clothing on Poshmark, maybe toys or small kitchen appliances on local listing sites like Facebook Marketplace or OfferUp.
Or take a chance at a consignment shop.
The end of the year is a big time for people to clean out.
At the nonprofit Legacy's Upscale Resale, manager Stephanie Aldridge says you can sell your items or donate unwanted gifts for a good cause and a tax write-off.
If you donate your item, you can absolutely use that for your taxes.
Warrock says if you wind up with store credit or gift cards you don't need, use them to buy someone else a gift later. Or try selling the card for cash on sites like GCX or Card Cash.
They'll pay you up to 92% of the value for that card. So obviously you're not getting the full value, but sometimes it's better to have the cash in hand to help pay off your credit card balance.
Cindy King welcomes any alternative to standing in the return line.
Correct. I do not want to stand in line. I'm very impatient.
So check resale or donation options so you don't waste your money. John Matarese, Scripps News Group.
All right, there is a lot to celebrate in the new year. And first, the famous New Year's Eve ball drop. It's going to drop twice in Times Square. The second will mark the nation's 250th birthday. It's the first time there's going to be a second ball drop since the Times Square tradition started all the way back on New Year's Eve, back in 1907. The second drop will be on July 3rd. That's the night before Independence Day, of course. For New Year's Eve, after the drop, the ball will be relit in red, white, and blue, and an America 250 design, a preview of how it's going to look here for the second drop. Then 2,000 pounds of patriotic confetti will be set off. The night will wrap up with pyrotechnics displays to Ray Charles's version of America the Beautiful. And that's your ABC 10 News Streamline, everything you need to know today in under 10 minutes.